William Pacho, now Marquinhos, the two odd men out in the Paris Saint-Germain team, the only two of the regular 11 that weren't nominated for the Ballon d'Or on the shortlist. Two fantastic footballers, though, in their own right. Bradley Barcola.
Just thinking they should hang their heads in shame.
Little ball played in here to Zaire Emery. Good football, Kvaratskhelia. And he was unable to turn it in, but that's the first time we've seen this excellent team pin it around like that.
That's what they can do. Just about everything's one touch. Kvaratskhelia takes the touch with his left foot. He's probably looking initially to lay it off somewhere. He's way off balance and the finish is poor. But that's what they do. Playing little tight areas are very, very comfortable, Dan. First kind of half chance.
Well, a quick look at Vicario. We got told a wonderful story about him, didn't we, early today, that his uncle actually runs a bar in the city, and there is an Udine branch of the Tottenham supporters club that he runs out of there, based on the fact that his nephew plays for Tottenham.
Brilliant. And he played at a level himself, of course.
He did. Played in the third tier here in Italy, and he had a load of Tottenham fans in last night and the night before enjoying his hospitality. Barcola for Paris Saint-Germain, and he took it well. Well, he's managed to draw a crowd, but that doesn't tend to faze him.
No, he fancied that, didn't he?
It was interesting listening to Glenn and Karen before the game talking about the fact that Joao Polinia goes to ground. He's gone to ground there and he's got a kick in the face. In the process.
Just catches his face, doesn't he, I think? He's a little bit unlucky there, you know, he doesn't get by the three of them.
That's the other side of Marquinhos, but then can't keep the ball in. Referee spotted it there rather than the assistant. I mean, there is pace in this Tottenham team to deal with the Paris Saint-Germain attacks. When you think about Van de Ven and Spence, they've got quick players in the team.
Of course they have. Two of the quickest, in fact. See what I'm saying there now, look. They're leaving a 3v3. Now that's what you do to play against it. However, Dembele's got to come short quicker. Could pose a wee problem for Tottenham, that. Sorry, I was just going to say, getting them pushing up and making them, forcing them into the kick, Dan, but it's not without its risks.
Here's Hakimi. Haven't really seen the two PSG fullbacks get forward too much in the early stages. Kvaratskhelia out there on that side. Here's Vitinha. Pacho onto Nuno Mendes. And that's good work as well by Kudus to dispossess Mendes, and now he can set Tottenham Hotspur on their way. Toro. Kudus swings with an inviting cross towards Richarlison, who did superbly well to keep it in.
Didn't he just?
In it goes now from Richarlison, but he's ballooned that one. But encouraging to see Kudus get involved down this side. He's a big player for Tottenham this season.
Yeah, he certainly is. And a willing runner getting by him there on Pedro Porro, but he cut back inside and played a good ball to the back post area. No one coming back the way it clearly wasn't of the same quality.
I know you've not got a crystal ball, but do you think this shape is for tonight, or do you think this might well be the way that Spurs are going to play this season under Thomas Frank, with a back three?
I think they might, you know. I really do. You never know. The one thing he is capable of, he's more than capable.
One thing we can say with confidence is that the defensive line is not quite so high. In fact, it's nowhere near as high, and it's a lot more practical.
But what that does, pushing the ball when Tottenham drop back into a 5, it's only natural.
Hakimi forward down the right, supported here by Zaire Emery and then Vitinha. Ousmane Dembele. Now Bradley Barcola. Now Kvaratskhelia. Patinia's ball, and defended well in there for Tottenham by Pedro Porro. This will be the problem though for Spurs, Ali, if they get penned in and can't get out.
Well, that's the problem though, Halfwich. I don't know if I explained it well there. When they get back to the 5, it clearly leaves a lot more space in the middle of the park. PSG have got numbers there, so they're going to control possession of the ball. But up to now, you know, they haven't been a real threat with it. That can change, obviously.
Kvaratskhelia, one of the people who can change it, but Bentancur did well there for Spurs, and now he finds Richarlison. And Bentancur, the player who's gone up there to support him. And Pasho with a foot in, and the offside flag up against Spurs. That's the challenge though, Ali. If you're going to defend deep and play the 5, and it does break like that, you've got to get people up with Richarlison.
Without doubt, I'm just having a quick look at that. I'm not sure that pass actually came off Richarlison. To come off the defender, clearly the Tottenham players are onside. But anyway, no, you're right. And it makes it a little bit more difficult when they are back in a 5 for players to get forward to support.
The majority of the time the Champions League winners come out on top in this game. In fact, for the last 6 years, the winners of the big one have gone on to win this one. And Barcola running through. Good challenge by Sarr.
It really was. It really was a good challenge.
Haven't seen much of Doué, have we, in the opening quarter of an hour?
Quiet.
Here he is on the ball now.
And Kvaratskhelia. Generally speaking, you know, the top players in forward areas have been quiet after 15 minutes.
Kudus with the flick on. He only played in 24. Been a bit of talk over the summer as to whether he'd be a Tottenham player when the window shuts, but he's starting tonight, and there's a lot in there for Richarlison. He's a good player for them when he's fit.
You're absolutely spot on. Whether he's going to get you 25, 30 a season, that's a different discussion. Just looking at the goals, what did they get last year? Solanke, I think, got a few. Obviously, Brennan Johnson certainly got a few. He can probably consider himself a little bit unlucky not to start.
Yeah. On the subject of goals, PSG scored 168 in all competitions.
168.
168. Yeah.
I think Dembele was top with 35.
Jet spreads for Tottenham. Now Mickey van der Ven. Well, we're expecting water breaks, aren't we, in this first half and in the second half as well. No surprise, because the temperature's not dropped that much since this afternoon on Udine.
Straightforward free kick there, do a little bit late with the challenge.
He's still got the baby face, hasn't he, Chevalier? Still only 21. So Pedro Porro and Mohamed Kudus over the Tottenham free kick. Well, that's headed over the bar. Pasho took a little knock in the process as he was trying to attack it for PSG.
We've mentioned it before, Dan. The one thing about Porro, he has got a bit of quality. I mean, we've seen it in terms of his deliveries into the box. And clearly Tottenham, we saw earlier on there with a long throw, they're more than happy and well within their rights to put as much pressure on the PSG defence as possible. Not sure what's going on there.
There's a lot of to and fro behind the goal.
Yeah.
PSG supporters. My initial thought was it was some kind of variation of the Poznan,
Yeah.
but I'm not quite sure. It's the European champions who have had the majority of the ball to this stage, but as yet neither Vicario nor Chevalier have been tested. Dembele. Warren's backs of Tottenham have started well.
Yeah, they have.
It's good hold-up play as well from Richarlison.
Excellent. Excellent it was.
Here's Van de Ven. His speed then tees it up for Jed Spence. He's got Porro making the run into the box on the other side as well.
It was a great ball, could have done with just another half yard on it.
Sarr with the cross, and that's going to go right the way through.
That was a lovely ball inside Hakimi, but the weight of the pass was nearly spot on, because just, as I said, another half yard, I think Spence is onto that, could potentially get a penalty, anything could have happened there.
Interesting there though, Ali, when it was Spence running down the left, the furthest man forward in the box was the other wing-back,
Yeah.
wasn't it, Pedro Porro? Given away here to Bentancur. It's an interesting tactic, isn't it? Chelsea did it really well. They pressed them in the World Club Cup final, and it worked. If it doesn't work and you leave the space behind, I mean, they're the best team in Europe, aren't they, at making you pay? So it's risk and reward if you go down that route.
That's exactly what it is.
Vitinha, one of the players who played in all of the Champions League matches last season. Dembele looking to try and get Bradley Barcola away. Now Doué, excellent first touch.
I actually can't believe how deep Dembele's been. That's the second time in the last 5 minutes he's actually picked the ball up in his own half. When the Spurs back four, have been back five at that time, have probably been about 20-25 yards from their own goal. Certainly a good sign from Tottenham's point of view.
Hakimi onto Kvaratskhelia. Dembele losing out there to Richarlison. Now off goes Mohamed Kudus. Richarlison's going to take it early, and it was a really good try from Richarlison, and the first save tonight for the new goalkeeper Chevalier, but that was the right thing for Richarlison to do.
It's amazing, it's a brilliant move. Very slack again from Dembele, and it's too deep. He's absolutely too deep for PSG's point of view. Brilliant from Kudus. He just waits for Richarlison running across. A fantastic run. Do you know something? I thought he was going to hit it a split second earlier and lift it over the goalkeeper, but he waits for that split second. He forces the goalkeeper into a great save. Off a deflection.
Yeah, slight deflection. Yeah, made it spin and loop a little bit more. Confidence though from Richarlison to take the shot as early as he did. In goes the Tottenham corner, and coming onto that was Rodrigo Bentancur.
See, they're doing that, Tottenham. They're playing it in that back post area, Fletch, and they're leaving it for a late runner to come in. Van de Ven effectively is holding off the defender, and he probably should do better with the header. It's a free header. Started okay, Spurs first quarter.
Yeah, 24 minutes gone. I know that PSG have had a lot of the ball, but Vicario's not seen it really.
But they're going to have a lot of the ball, Dan. I mentioned again, particularly when they drop into that back five. And PSG are effectively playing without a number 9 because Dembele's so deep. So they've got numbers there, but they're going to have all the ball they want because at this moment in time they're not hurting Tottenham.
This commentator is killing me, man. But Tottenham have had the fair chance.
So I think it's time for the water
Just
break, the refreshments.
The microphone.
It gives us time to tell you about the game we've got for you on Saturday, 11 o'clock we start. Aston Villa against Newcastle as the Premier League starts, and we're really excited about it. TNT Sports 1 for that game. The following week you can see Manchester City against Tottenham, which is always a great fixture, Saturday the 23rd of August, and that's from 11 o'clock as well. And the Champions League playoffs, we've got live coverage of the Champions League playoffs from the 19th to the 27th of August, which will include Celtic and Rangers. The winners will all make it into the league phase, which provided so much drama for us last season. So that's all to come, Premier League and then the Champions League playoffs. And I know that the man alongside me has a vested interest in one of those teams in the Champions League playoffs. We endured a very nervy journey from the airport to the hotel last night, hoping that Vittoria Pilsen didn't score any more goals. Is that correct?
That's 100% correct. And I'm officially giving the man of the match to Jack Butland if he's listening. Well done, Jack. Great performance, mate. Saved me a lot of sweat in that journey. I was just looking at that shot again from Richarlison. The deflection, I think, believe it or not, I know it's a good save. The deflection actually helped PSG, I think, because it's going right across the goalkeeper. It looked a good strike. But anyway, Lucas Chevalier did well.
Tottenham team that started well tonight. Their 3 seasons included a win against Arsenal in Hong Kong, a draw against Newcastle in South Korea, and then a humbling 4-0 defeat against Bayern Munich and Harry Kane last week. Tonight they've been nice and compact in this defensive shape, and they've not allowed the European champions any attacking success in the opening 26.5 minutes here in Udine. Well, I mean, this situation's almost...
You've got in that Tottenham side.
Van der Ven's in the middle of it all. It was headed away by Hakimi for
nice
PSG.
theory.
Here's Danso. Attack there by Marquinhos. Pedro Porro looking to get in behind Nuno Mendes, the assistant right there, but happy for them to be physical with each other.
He did well initially, Porro, but he was livid because he got out-muscled at the end.
There's just a little example of how comfortable Chevalier is with the ball, because he was quite happy to be patient, wasn't he, before he hoofed it away.
Wait. Nigga, I need you to check my live. I want to do a mic check. Is it getting shit?
See what Enrique's done tonight, based on the fact that he's not got João Neves, who's suspended, but he's left Ruiz on the bench. I just wonder the way Spurs are playing, whether those 3 in midfield might just be a better way to break Tottenham down, because they're so good with the short passes around the penalty area. Having said that, that's not a bad route to Bradley Barcola down this side, and Danso's got ground to make up. Bradley Barcola running in here, and that's good defending in the middle by Paptar.
He did exceptionally well to get back across. I've got to say, I think Danso showed him too much room here and allows him to get down. I think he's got to get back in. He allows him outside him there. Look, watch this. I don't think he does well enough defensively, but Sarr does. Helps him out big time.
So Marquinhos and Pacho, the 2 centre-backs of PSG, have gone forward for the corner. first one tonight for Paris Saint-Germain.
Yo, what's good, gang? How is the sound for both the stream and me?
It's
Am I
taken by
clear?
Vitinha. Strange choice of delivery from a player who often gets his decisions spot on.
Yeah. I think they're very kind there.
Richarlison's done well again. And now Spurs can attack down this side through Porro.
He's
He's not happy
talking
again, Chad
no
Spence. Again,
right
out that
whatsoever.
left-hand side. And you made a good point earlier on, it was the same situation there. The two Tottenham players that were furthest up the park were Porro and Spence wanted a switch of play and probably should have got another one.
Shout
He fancies it
out,
out there
gang.
against Hakimi, you know.
Getting better and better at this streaming.
He played with Desiree Doué at Rennes, didn't he, Jed Spence? So he knows him really well. He became the spokesman, really, for Doué last season, telling everybody how good he was when he really burst onto the scene at PSG. Spence is needed tonight because Destiny Udogie is out with a knee problem, as is Kulusevski. Thomas Frank proving a point as well by leaving Bissouma at home because he was late. William Pacho. Doué. Fouled by Richarlison. You can see the PSG player in possession having to really think about it. They're not able at this stage to really flow, are they?
So let me do this. I put the game on the laptop.
Hakimi trying to get forward here down the right. Spurs have got more numbers in the middle though than PSG, and that's sloppy straight to Pape Sarr.
Wasn't it just? Dear me, that was equally sloppy right enough.
So I can also stream live on my
Desiree
Twitch.
Doué, now Kvaratskhelia. Zaire Emery treading on the ball. Tottenham now with a chance to counter. And they've got Pedro Porro storming forward down the right. If he looks that way, here he is. And this time they do look for the switch into Kudus, and Spence has gone rampaging forward, and he's got the better of Hakimi, but only pulled it back to Vitinha.
That was excellent from Spence, it really was. It looked like a lost cause and he made it anything but that with the tackle. Kept possession of the ball. But again, two wide boys, very, very good. Porro on the right, Spence on the left.
Porro doesn't need much room to get the cross in. That's a poor clearance. It's a great block though by Marquinhos to make up for it. Oh, that was hit with a lot of power from Kudus.
It really was, Fletch, but I thought for all intents and purposes he was just going to drag it back onto his left foot. He's got the ability to do that. The block was flying in. And I just thought to myself, bring it back onto your left foot.
Ousmane Dembele finding Zaire Emery, and then on it goes to Kvaratskhelia. They're doubling up on the two wingers, aren't they, as well, when they get the ball. It's Polinia out there this time helping Spence.
Doing it exceptionally well.
Doué. Hakimi.
Look at Dembele's position right now. He's not even in the picture, he's just coming in there now on the left-hand side.
Doué's cross, and that's held on to by Vicario.
I'm amazed that somebody that scores 35 goals in one season takes up that position. Amazed.
There you be kissing.
I must say, Ali, based on the 33 minutes we've seen, I thought the Champions League, I expected the Champions League final to be more like this than what we saw. I thought Inter Milan would slow them down like this, but I mean, they were just blown away. They're not an easy team to shackle, but Tottenham are doing it really well. You have got to factor in as well that the point we made really early, they've only been back a week, so they are going to be rusty.
Of course you have. What I will predict though, if this is the formation that Tottenham are going to play for the rest of the season, I can almost guarantee you that they won't have the 5th worst defensive record in the Premier League.
Spurs hard to beat, who'd have thought it? There's Kvaratskhelia. It certainly is a look that they've gone from one extreme to the other.
Really does.
Thomas Frank's been ever present on the edge of the Tottenham technical area. Enrique's happy to take a seat. Here's Dembele. Important foot in for Spurs by Joao Pellegrini, and that's what he's been brought in from Bayern Munich to do. Richarlison thought he was going to get the foul, but he was wrong. And now Dembele's got it for PSG, but Spencer's got the speed on that side to deal with Hakimi.
Now time is coming, my boy.
Just come back onto your left foot.
Our game on Sunday is going to be
Marquinhos does well.
solid.
But I would have expected him just to come back onto that left foot. Give himself a little
I
bit
don't know
more
why I
space.
can't see the chat right now.
William Pasha was in there
Let's
quickly.
see
He was
the
one of the
game at the
revelations
same
last
time.
season, one of the breakout players in Europe. He was very, very good at centre-back for Paris Saint-Germain. There's Zaire Emery running stride for stride with Rodrigo Bentancur. By Joao Pellegrini.
He's got to let that through. It's a poor header defensively. Nearly posed himself and his team a problem. Communication has to be better. I don't know whether it's Porras should be talking to him. Just let it through you.
It's a rare occurrence when they go 37 minutes without having a shot on target,
Yeah.
Paris Saint-Germain. Won back well by Bentancur on Nuno Mendes. Here's Pedro Porro.
I like that. I don't mind that at all.
Kudus
Yeah,
is really
he's earned it. Brilliant.
building these guys right now.
Don't mind that at all. Because Mendes was favourite initially. He refused to give up in it. Look, good shoulder there, good strength, backs into him, protects it, gets his free kick.
I tell you what, Ali, if they get the best of Mohamed Kudus
Oh, he can play.
for 55 million quid, he's only 25.
Yeah.
I mean, they're going to have some player on their hands. I mean, the Kudus that we saw in his first season at West Ham. Then fires Tottenham Hotspur in front in the Super Cup final. And the way they played in the first half, they deserve it.
Pretty straightforward goal. Asked him a question again, I mentioned to you before.
1 minute, everything's good.
Physicality, long
Tottenham
throws, free
scored.
kicks, that's all it is.
What's
This is
going
an
on?
excellent header. It's the goalkeeper actually taking the free kick. That's a header. Romero. Oh, it's brilliant. Bentancur does really well.
Just
And it's finished like centre forward, it really is.
I can't imagine
That's a
Tottenham
brilliant
winning
save.
this right now.
I'll tell you right now, that is a brilliant save. Bentancur really reacts to it. Brilliant save, but what about the centre back here? On the move, like a centre forward. Great finish, and deserved.
And look at him down there, Thomas Frank.
Can't believe Tottenham scored right now. Guy on the low. Tottenham just scored, yeah. Tottenham winning a Super Cup. Man, lives with terrible. Can't believe this is my life right now. And we can't even win a Europa Cup right now. Man, tell me about disappointment. What's going on? What's going on? The level not coming, okay? The commas communicate. How I can stream both Twitch and this? It's crazy. How I can stream both. So right now my Twitch is live because I'm playing some FIFA and I'm also playing this right now. The stream is stripping though.
Well, and it's finished like centre forward, it really is. That's a brilliant save. I'll tell you right now, that is a brilliant save. Bentancur really reacts to it. Brilliant save, but what about the centre back here?
Brilliant save.
On the move, like a centre forward. Great finish, and deserved.
And looking in down there, Thomas Frank. And
I shall not hear the end of this if this niggas win. Please, oh, I beg. I beg.
La part de Désiré Doué, on sait qu'il aime ce genre de position dans la surface pour pouvoir enrouler.
Nah, man. That's not what I want. Guys, no one doing it. Yes, you know. Why is it saying my stream is offline? And we
I think the optimism got higher the longer the afternoon went on, for obvious reasons away from home at the football. I mean, he's not seen the ball, has he, Vicario? I mean, he's defensively sound has been the watchword for Spurs in the first half, and there they are, the fans in the white shirts behind the goal.
I think 8 of their 17 games in the Champions League last year were against English sides. So they know what to expect, that's for sure.
Yeah, they won 5 of those matches against the English club sides. They went round after round, did really well. They clips across it. It's too deep though. Spence is going to chase it. Hit the first bit really well.
The first bit deserved better from the second, but that was for sure.
I'm a bad man, bro. So my console is also live, but my Twitch is also connected to my laptop. So it's able to show who is what. Tuba crazy.
Well, Well, it's Mickey van der Ben's goal that separates these two teams late in the first half here on a hot night in Udine. As Tottenham, playing in a Super Cup final for the first time, lead the Super Cup final against Paris Saint-Germain. Kevin Danso ready for another one. This time it's headed away by Kvaratskhelia. Spence. There's 1 minute of additional time as it goes in towards Richarlison. It's off the post. It was Kudus, I think, throwing himself at that. And Spurs inches away from being 2-0 up.
It's early lead. Brilliant Richarlison. We'll see it very shortly, but it's all about he jumps early. They're struggling with height in the middle of that defence, and Tottenham have focused on it, and they're asking them questions and they're not getting answered. That was a brilliant early lead from Richarlison. It really was. That's the reason he gets up and gets a touch.
Well, what a fantastic first half it's been for Spurs, and of course when you've got a new manager, the slate's wiped clean. Players that you presume are going to be starters might not be, if you can impress the new fella, and 1 or 2 out there tonight are probably sending Thomas Frank a message.
Certainly looks that way, and so they should. Clean slate, you're off and running.
Well, there's half time, and it's Mickey van der Ven who time in the Super Cup final as Tottenham walk off. It's Paris Saint-Germain 0, Tottenham Hotspur 1.
This programme is brought to you by Follow Scores, UEFA Super Cup official partner.
I know an idea. Let this game just finish and I woke up the FIFA on the YouTubes while you guys are chilling. You feel me? What? I don't know how the hell this game is started. We're killing it out here, son.
Could you miss from that spot? It's a quick pass and we're moving on. Nice touch to see the running behind. And they're 1-1 with the keeper. And now the ball will be placed at the corner of the pitch. And they play it from the corner. Right out of the danger zone. They started carrying forward. Oh, surely they're going to finish it. A quick block. Oh, and that goes off the crossbar. It's a tad bit low. What would scream a goal? Ball in a danger spot. Takes the shot. Goal! This is beautiful. Look at the stadium. It's just going crazy. The stands are shaking. Moving the ball well up on the right wing. Great play. That counter looks good. Looking to build a play up here. What an elegant way to defend a golden opportunity. Really good chance here. Goal! Just listen to that crowd. What a finish. Let's move the ball and let's get this thing going. They got it in a real good position. Good looking tackle. They got someone in the near post. Fires. Goal! And let me tell you something in Spanish. Ese fue un golazo. They're building the attack up nicely. And the ball goes out for a corner kick. Spanish is also called corner. This could turn into something interesting. Great imagination. Goal! And they never look like missing that one. Hits it. That's it. Goal! Well now, we show the momentum here. They got a good chance here. Can they finish it? There's an opening on the wing here. And that's it for the attack. The ball's clear. They've gotten the ball back. It's been going back and forth. They're not wasting time and they're headed back the other way. It has to be. Oh, good vision. They're in a very good position. Strong, fair tackle. Maybe playing a little bit too safe. Oh, strong, but fair tackle nonetheless. There's good precision there on the right hallway. This could be it. Good goal! Maybe just a consolation goal at this point, but it still means a lot to those players down there.
We live. We live. Alright, so I think I've found a way to hack this. Hack this. Alright. What else? Let's play some FIFA. So what we need to do is that let's some FIFA. What's good, chat? Welcome to my live stream. What's good, chat? Welcome to my live stream. How's the sound here now? How's the sound here? Mic check 1. Mic check 1, 2. Mic check 1. Mic check 1, 2. Mic check 1. Mic check 1. Mic check 1. Yeah, man, it's half time right now. Just playing some FIFA, we see how it goes. Yeah, man, it's half time right now. Just playing some FIFA, we see how it goes.
They find themselves in an offside position. Playing it safely to a teammate. It's a great place to get possession. Great bit of defensive work. Good move on the wing. Quick pass and we're moving on. And the attack is on. They could level here. Watch out, the keeper needs to be alone now. Oh, what a save. The keeper has done really well. That's a great ball in behind. Only the keeper in the way now. Hits it. Decent save in the end. Oh, they got the ball back and there's a chance. Ahí está, le pegó. That ball took a touch and it goes out for a corner kick. Corner taken short.
Offside.
So close, but you can see what they were trying to do.
Okay.
And look at that, we might be seeing a count. It has to be.
Okay.
Goal! Tied up now. You can just sense the drama coming. What a match so far. Getting themselves in a good position. There's a chance. Oh, that was a great save by the keeper, and the score remains so tied up. Ball played short. Wonderful move to beat the defender. Great work from the defender. Please at home, stand up. It's left. They're in a good spot. Chance still on. They've missed it, and this play is going to come back to haunt them at some point. It was the chance to go into the lead. Oh, wow, that's a heavy challenge. And you know what that means? Straight blue card. They got in a real good position. Great ball in behind. The that's the go-ahead one. Will we see a reply from the opponents from now? Playing it for here tonight. It's all tied up again. Oh, no issues at all stopping that one. Well, let's see what they do from here. They're breaking at speed. It's a great read of the play. Decent looking tackle, but the ball's gone out of play.
This keeper is whack.
Great last-ditch effort from the defense. Good foundational move. Tends to pull in front.
Good.
They were able to work it out nicely in the end. They put it in the back of the net. Looks like their time in the segment is over. They're back to full strength. Started out to build up well here. Nice touch to see the running behind. And they find themselves in an offside position. Short pass from the free kick. There's an opening on the wing here. The keeper hangs on to this one. Looking to build something. And it goes out for a throw. Oh, come on. You can't even pass it with your hands. No way we could have something here. He takes the shot. They were needing this corner kick coming up as number one. Great read by the defenders. They did a great job. Incredible stuff by the keeper. Well, we can't take our eyes. That's a great scoring chance. And they're through. Goal! They found the back of the net. Just listen to the crowd. They're going wild. Play has resumed. As we say it in my town, this is a tiro de esquina. Beautiful tackle. There's a chance. Oh, that was a decent stop by the keeper. They're in possession again. The play moving forward. Ball's gone out. Let's go play some handball. That's a no-nonsense tackle. And there's a chance to go on the break. Got it back in a decent spot. Going to get a fair challenge and winning the ball. And they're one-on-one with the keeper. Hits it. And it goes out of bounds for a throw. It's next to the keeper at least. And the ball goes out for a corner. Quick pass to the nearest player. It's a goal! They're trailing by one. Can they sense it? Can they level it up? Will they have enough time? Oh, what a match! They're winning back possession of the ball. Gain possession with that tackle. This could turn into something interesting. There's good position going the right whole way.
This is me. This is my time.
Oh, and this looks dangerous. Could be on level here. And it's still in goal. What an incredible effort. No surprise they found the back of the net. Finding a bit of room there on the play. Oh, great positioning by the keeper. Ball in the halfway point. This to go up here in the game. Nice time to have a corner kick while the score is still tied. Something useful for them. Nicely polished technique there. They're breaking at speed. It's a great read of the play. There's an opening in the wing here. There could be something here. Great ball in behind. Can they beat the keeper from here? It's a goal! They're ahead now. How important could that be for them?
Come to stream.
Quick pass and the looking to build something.
Come to stream.
Well done by the defender to break up that attack. That attack ended neatly. I get it. This is a time of the game when they decide to just be the fancy ones, right? Whistle's gone and the play will stop. It's an offside. Be the fancy ones, right? Whistle's gone and the play will stop. It's an offside. Right there where things happen. The set piece been taken. They're finding a teammate again. Right there where things happen. Football becomes an art form. Again. Great. And this is when football becomes an art form. Great bit of defensive work. They're starting to move up. They're starting to move up. Space on the right position. There's space on the right position. Safety to halfway point. Ball in the halfway point. Awarded, but nothing else. That's it. Free kick awarded, but nothing else. That's it. Good block from the defender. Good block from the defender. So close, but you could see what they were trying to do. Oh, it was so close, but you could see what they were trying to do. Doctor. Attempts to level it. Possession. Doctor. Unable to keep possession. Throw in to come. And there you have it. What a match we just witnessed. Thanks a lot, everyone.
Hey, Tottenham are doing this to Ish. This is crazy. Oh.
It's not bad, you know. Plenty of whip, good power as well.
Yeah, come off
Took
the
a
wall.
deflection, yeah.
Come off the wall. Yeah, I think that was just a little too central to go back stick again. Comes up to his head, doesn't it?
I don't know about Thomas Frank keeping his job. They might be installed as Champions League favourites at this rate. Kvaratskhelia, who's had a yeah, looks as though he's going to try it here, Porro. Chevalier waits. It's not bad, you know. Plenty of whip, good power as well.
Yeah, come off
Took
the
a
wall.
deflection, yeah.
Come off the wall. Yeah, I think that was just a little too central to go back stick again. Comes off to his head, doesn't it?
I don't know about Thomas Frank keeping his job. They might be installed as Champions League favourites at this rate.
Struggled to find anything, and there you have it.
No, it's coming off now. So Fabian Ruiz for Kvaratskhelia, who's had a excellent control from Richarlison. Holds it up superbly again for Spurs.
He's looked immense for an hour, hasn't he? He's having words, isn't he? He's not happy. I think it's Hakimi he's not happy with. Look, he's getting pushed away. They've got a couple in the Tottenham side, haven't we? Mentioned the skipper Romero. Richarlison's more than capable of getting himself involved. No need to, lads.
So Danso's going to sling one in again.
I think we're in for a long throw again.
A decent distance on this one. Marquinhos was up above Romero. In it goes again from Polinia. Here's the chance for a third. It's a good save by Chevalier.
Yeah, it's a free kick, isn't
Yeah.
it? Very similar to Kvaratskelia's effort. Don't have a problem with the forward going. It's a silly booking, isn't it? Silly booking. Just kicked it away, didn't he? Prevented him taking a quick throw in.
I mean, they've set the bar high, haven't they? They won the title in France for the 11th time in 13 seasons last season. They won it by 19 points as well, to emphasise the domestic dominance. We mentioned they got 168 goals, 4 trophies.
Yeah.
I mean, it is a case of follow that, isn't it, really? I mean, it's...
And you can argue, again, you and I spoke about it, Fletch, at some length. They probably didn't really hit their stride until they were 2-0 down against City.
Here's Richarlison, who's not doing bad himself.
I saw him. He made his run on the edge of the box, and it was a good run. He does it a lot. But I just thought by the time the ball came in, I might have got this wrong. But there you see him in the picture, and he comes now. Well, I bet you what, it's tight. I'll tell you right now, it's a lot tighter than I thought.
What about Van der Ven's defending, by the way? 'Cause
tremendous.
he's not thinking anybody's offside.
That's fantastic. I think Danso might be playing him on. It's very close.
Here's Richarlison, who's not doing bad himself.
It's so crazy that Tottenham about to win this. What I don't believe is that Okay.
I'm already looking forward to listening to Glenn at the end of the game, because the one thing that Tottenham have got so far with, you know, we're halfway through the second half, the one thing they've got is a beautiful balance about their performance in terms of their attacking and their
Here they are
defending.
again, look, Ali, with Sarr, who's trying to make room for the shot, and that's blocked behind by Marquinhos.
The one thing that
Offside.
the one thing they never had, Darren, was any balance last year in terms of their attacking and their defending. In this match so far, it's the one thing that they have, and it's been very impressive.
Anybody who saw them last week against Bayern Munich would suggest there wasn't a great deal of balance either for the 4-0, but tonight, this is completely different. They look so cohesive, don't they?
Yeah.
Everybody knows the job. On by Fabian Ruiz, here's Ousmane Dembele. And now Bradley Barcola. Zaire Emery. Doué. Makes room, good save. Still not clear. Fabian Ruiz, that's a brilliant block. Still not away, now they're back in it.
Offside, I think.
The flag has gone up. And that's going to end the celebrations of Bradley Barcola. It's going to be checked.
Oh yeah, and so it should. Yeah, he's offside, isn't he? Clearly. Absolutely offside. Fabian Ruiz, beautiful. Come back onto his right foot. And you know something, he knows he's offside. I don't think he needs to be offside. He's looking right along that line, Fletch. So he knows where he's got to be.
Well, that's Kevin Danso who's taken a bang. In blocking that.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Excellent defending. As you look at them throwing themselves on the line through the goal.
It's Warren Zaire Emery. João Paulinho, and played away by Nuno Mendes to Vitinha, and now there's a bit of space for Hakimi. There's Mbaye involved for the first time, and he's going to find out how quick Jed Spence is.
I love it. That's just the art of defending at its best. Matching the pace and just leaning on him.
Fabian Ruiz, whose summer ended last year by winning the Euros with Spain, and then his season Hakimi. Here's Lee. Promising here. And Romero steers the ball away, and Bayer was trying to get in down that side.
Position of the centre-back again, top class.
Fabian Ruiz, Desiree Doué, away by Kevin Danso. Spurs not clearing it though. Here's Vitinha. Desiree Doué. It's not a bad ball in either, which Dembele was trying to get on the end of, but was gratefully received by if he got back from an offside position. .20 to play in Udine, and Tottenham with this commanding 2-0 lead, a goal in each half. Mickey van der Ven and Christian Romero, two of the centre-backs, scoring for them here in the Super Cup final tonight. Lee. Now Hakimi. Hakimi through the legs of Spence. Fabian Ruiz in there. Good opportunity. Fired wide by Dembele. Not quite as sharp as he would like to be tonight, Dembele.
It's an excellent pass again, is it, through the defender's legs, and he knows exactly what he's doing through Jed Spence's legs. Like I say, Fabian Ruiz has looked a little bit lively. He's turned things around ever so slightly for PSG.
So Tottenham changes coming now. They're going to send up Archie Gray for Joao Polinia, and Dominic Solanke is coming on as well for Richarlison. We've got the Premier League back on Saturday. We're really looking forward to it. Aston Villa against Newcastle. No club's really been in the headlines in the summer as much as Newcastle have with the old Alexander Isak situation. 11 o'clock on TNT Sports 1 on Saturday. The following week we'll be at the Etihad for Manchester City against Tottenham, who might well win their second trophy in 12 weeks after waiting 17 years for one. That's on Saturday the 23rd of August. And we've got live coverage of the UEFA Champions League playoffs as well from the 19th to the 27th of August, which includes Celtic and Rangers. The winners will all make it into the league phase of the Champions League, which was brilliant to watch, of course, last season. And what a night it's been so far for the Tottenham supporters.
Yeah, and a lot of them thought that man might have been on his way to Atletico Madrid as well. What a beautiful shot that is.
The word on Richarlison. Ali has been replaced now by Dominic Solanke.
Yeah, I think he comes into the mention with a chat for a player of the match. I really do. I thought he's been absolutely terrific.
Sure, it'll be at the back of Thomas Frank's mind, though, that a goal back for Paris Saint-Germain changes the script, and they've got enough players on the pitch who can wipe out the lead. So there's still work for Tottenham to do, work that they've done very aggressively and very well so far tonight.
In terms of the substitutions from Tottenham, straightforward position-wise, getting into that midfield position, Solanke, the forward position. No real changes to shape at all.
There's Mbai, now Lee. Fabian Ruiz, Vitinha quickly on the scene. Bentancur has never stopped running tonight. Marquinhos.
We back.
Gonzalo Ramos is now ready for Paris Saint-Germain. Here's Coutinho. Just a little bit ahead of him by, which has just slowed the attack down. He was in there if they played a more accurate pass.
He was, and I just felt Jed Spence for the first time was tucked in a little too close to his centre-back.
And by on the ball now, faced up by Spence. Vitinha. Fabian Ruiz. Doué. Straight onto the head of Bentancur. Hakimi. Right across to Desiré Doué. "14 minutes to play in Udine." Pedro Porro's won that battle hands down.
How well has he done tonight while we're on it?
The good news is you've not got to do a player of the match because we've not got enough trophies to give out.
Ecstatic, I'm with that.
So Doué's night is done, and Gonzalo Ramos, the Portuguese international, coming on.
I'm a little bit surprised that's the one. We haven't seen him earlier, to be honest. Kind of out and out centre forward, good goal scoring record. I don't expect him to be 40-50 yards from the opposition goal receiving the ball.
Yeah, I wouldn't worry too much about him though. He's going to have some big nights. He's going to light up the Champions League again. One of the most talented young players in Europe, Desiré Doué.
Of course.
On by Sarr, only to Mendes. I'll tell you one number that caught my eye this week. You know, when you look at the statistics and you see different things.
Yeah.
Marquinhos tonight played his 492nd match for Paris Saint-Germain. He's the all-time record appearance maker. He's now won 34 trophies with them. 34 trophies.
Brilliant.
Some clubs haven't got 34 trophies.
That's fantastic.
Spurs have got Matisse, Tell stripped and ready down below us. Here's Dembele for Paris Saint-Germain. It's not a very good ball though. Didn't find Gonzalo Ramos.
He's come out to that right hand side, hasn't he, Dembele? Ramos obviously get through the middle.
Here's Mbaye, who's gone to the left now. He's going to have a go at Pedro Porro. Vitinha. Archie Gray's turn to close him down well. Picks out Dembele up against Spence. Dembele's shot, great block. Such a good defensive effort from Tottenham. Hakimi. There's another clearance. This time it's Mickey van der Ven.
Yeah, they look well suited to handling cross balls. Don't enter their area, Tottenham.
So Tell, who made it, isn't going to trouble the goalkeeper from Vitinha.
beautiful nutmeg. Beautiful nutmeg. I do enjoy one of those, I must admit.
Won by Sarr. First touch for Tell. Dispossessed by Lee. Nuno Mendes continues running down that side for PSG. Well, they haven't really been able to find a way through in open play, so you wonder whether a set piece might be the way forward for them. Hakimi and Lee over the free kick. Marquinhos has gone in there. Vicario making sure he's got the wall in the right spot.
Tottenham still leading
Jet
by
Spencer's
2-0.
reward for a good night defensively is to lay down behind it.
It's a big wall, isn't it?
Lee with a free kick straight into the wall.
Tottenham
And it's
winning
absolutely
2 European
poleaxed one of the
trophies.
Tottenham players.
Awesome.
Pedro Porro.
Yeah.
You could hear a big
Never
shout,
end.
couldn't you, when it hit him?
Yeah.
Humble though.
Certainly can and won't take any chances there. Is that his shoulder there? Wasn't the best of angles there, but it looked to me it might have been his shoulder.
Yeah. We just saw a shot there of Vicario, who's made one save tonight.
I can guarantee he'll have busier.
I think Gonzalo Ramos has seen the same replay as you. I think he's just said to Porro, that was on your shoulder.
Yeah. Well, I think he's got a trick or two on him, Porro. I wouldn't worry about that.
I tell you what, they're becoming that common, you know, these trophies for Tottenham if they win this one tonight. Daniel Levy's not even here. He's not even bothered.
I read somewhere he's got a good excuse. I think his daughter's in America or something going on. I don't know what it was, but it's a very valid family reason.
There's Mbai looking to accelerate. Gonzalo Ramos was in there but was beaten to the ball by Bentancur, who's defended brilliantly. Well, all jokes aside, his daughter is starting. People would wonder why.
Of course.
So there is no there is no issue. There are mitigating circumstances as to why the Tottenham chairman wouldn't be here tonight. We say it tongue-in-cheek. Ruiz has crossed, that's a corner. A bit more pressure now from PSG, which is it's just given the fans a bit more belief.
Yeah.
Enrique not looking any happier.
No,
though.
he's not.
Easily dealt with at the front post by Porro. It's one of those nights where João Neves can say to his teammates, you're not the same when I'm not there.
Absolutely. What it has been, it's been a mismatch in a physical sense with cross balls.
Dembele's cross, it's a really good header by Romero.
It's a brilliant header.
Here's Lee with a chance to shoot, good effort! And they're backing it now.
Great strike.
Kang In Lee off the bench to throw a late lifeline in the Super Cup for the European champions Paris Saint-Germain. And that was a brilliant hit from Lee.
It really was. I'm just wondering if the goalkeeper's a little bit unsighted. Good cross in, defended it very well by Romero. But Lee takes a lovely touch, smashes it back across the goal. That's a good header. Back on. Yeah, it's a beautiful strike, isn't it? Just gives him that little bit of space. There's Vitinha with a pass. gives him that extra split second.
Well, in his last 35 Paris Saint-Germain games, that's only the second time he scored. The goals had really dried up for him, but that gives them late belief here with 5 minutes to go, and Tottenham preparing more changes. They're going to send on Lucas Bergvall. And they've got this Kevin Danso throw-in as well, but all of a sudden PSG are back in it, and their supporters away to our right are jumping up and down. There's a lot more belief, and they have been the better team for the last 10 minutes or so.
Well,
PSG really putting Tottenham under pressure.
Danso looking for Van de Ven, headed away. And the push by Porro is going to give a free kick to Paris Saint-Germain.
They have been the better team the last 10-15 minutes. I don't think it's a coincidence. The Bellies come out to the right-hand side. They've got centre forward through the middle, wide in the left. They look a solid 4-3-3.
Well, they've just put the bid back on Lucas Bergvall, so they've just decided to delay that a little bit. Off goes Dominic Solanke, supported here by Tell. William Pacho across there for PSG. Now Vitinha. All of a sudden there's noise from the Paris Saint-Germain supporters. Hakimi. Now Dembele.
Let's be serious, guys. Like I'm begging, man.
Mbaye.
Thanks to everyone who tuned in to the stream. Don't forget to like and
There's
subscribe.
Kevin Danso for Tottenham. Dominic Solanke. Lucas Bergvall's just been called back to the Tottenham bench. Fabian Ruiz. Ousmane Dembele. On it goes now to Hakimi. Crossed in by Hakimi, headed away by Bentancur. Spurs can't get out now, Ali.
No, you're right. It's a solid 5 at the back now, isn't it? Porro and Spence not getting forward, or getting the opportunity to get forward at all. Same to try and see it out.
Pacho and Marquinhos in there for the corner. It's come all the way here to Nuno Mendes, who can hit it, deflected over, and that would have been interesting had it not taken the deflection. He hit that well.
That's the problem. They've got nobody in the edge of the box defensively, and that's exactly where the goal came from. It's all one thing defending the 6-yard box and defending the area, but you have to get players out 20-25 yards from the goal. That's how they lost the goal, and they could have lost another one there.
So Dembele again from the PSG right, flicked away by Sarr.
It's a shame again, Fletch. They've got everybody in the box, well in the box. They've got to have a couple ready to charge out the edge of the box and defend it.
Ibrahim Mbaye, down he goes. Referee says goal kick. And he also just trotted across to make sure Romero wasn't getting involved.
I know. What's he like? I wouldn't mind another look at this, you know.
So a yellow for Dembele.
As the arm comes across. Yeah, it's far too easy. I mean, he's holding him off, of that there's no doubt. But he's well within his rights to do that.
So the Tottenham changes, Bergvall for Sarr. Sarr could do no more tonight, Ali.
Yeah, he's been absolutely excellent, particularly second half.
He's had a really good night, and what a talented young player they're bringing on. Lucas Bergvall, still only 19. He was the player of the year last season. Missed the Europa League final with an ankle injury, but he was outstanding, wasn't he?
He was fantastic in the middle of that park.
So the fourth official indicates 5 additional minutes, and you would echo 6 if he's just changed it 6.
Yeah.
Initially had 5, now he's gone 6. The fourth official's indecision is final, Ali. That's one of those where they say, got one half an hour extra, but sense prevailed at some stage. good night, and what a talented young player they're bringing on.
Oh.
Lucas Bergvall, still only 19. He was the player of the year last season. Missed the Europa League final with an ankle injury, but he was outstanding, wasn't he?
He was fantastic in the middle of that park.
PSG just did a comeback. Are you serious? PSG just did a comeback. Are you serious? Bro, this is crazy.
Everybody back for Tottenham. Marquinhos,
This is where Solanke and Tell are really important as well, Darren. If they can get it at all, get it under, get them a free kick, get them up the pitch, hold them. Well, you named and shamed.
I did.
The two that weren't in the Ballon d'Or nominations.
There's Marquinhos and now Lee, and they're looking for an equaliser. PSG. That's a good block by Spence, cleared away by Bentancur. Anywhere will do for Tottenham. There's no respite defensively. Halfway through the additional time period.
Yeah, there's no
Lee.
way Tottenham should win
And by
the European Trophy. No.
Marquinhos. Hakimi plays it on. Dembele to cross. Whipped it in goal! 2-2. Gonzalo Ramos. Right at the death. In front of the Paris Saint-Germain supporters. And look at the celebrations.
That's what happens. You put a centre forward on the pitch and plays through the middle. Fell for Jed Spence. The ball gets played the outside of him. And I don't think Mickey van de Ven can get across quick enough. They've done it all night, apart from there in the last minute. I don't know whether it was fatigue or he was unable to make the distance. But what a ball into the box. What a header. Look, you look at Mickey van de Ven, he's wanting to play him onside, offside, isn't he? Tremendous cross in. Beautiful header. They've looked more like themselves when they're back to that shape with Dembele in the right, Ramos through the middle. There you are. That's a centre forward's goal.
It's a great cross as well. All the pace on it from Dembele. Got 19 in all competitions, playing mainly off the bench, Gonzalo Ramos. But they've come from nowhere, Paris Saint-Germain. Lyon 85, and then Gonzalo Ramos 4 minutes into stoppage time, and the Super Cup might well be heading to penalties for the 5th time. That's unless Paris Saint-Germain might fancy nicking another one. The way they've got the momentum now. Off goes and by. Kevin Danso across there for Tottenham. No foul. Referee was right there. Pedro Porro. Now Matisse Tell. Jed Spence wants to get forward now. Lucas Bergvall and Pedro Porro might have been the ball on the opposite side, Ali, because they got forward well.
There's no doubt about it. That was a ball rather than the reverse one that he tried.
Here's Marquinhos. Fabian Ruiz, what a difference he's made off the bench. Out it goes now to Mbaye. Tottenham have got to get back. Lee. Hakimi. Good block by Spence. Maybe one last chance here for Paris Saint-Germain.
Well, at the very least, I would suggest that Tottenham deserve his penalties. At the very least. It's not in the minds of the PSG players right now, okay?
Vitinha. Dembele. Lifts the ball in, Dembele. And he was. Fair play to Paris Saint-Germain to pick themselves up and come back based on the fact they've only been back a week.
Well, it's just their shape's totally changed. They never had a forward, they never had a centre forward for the first hour or so. You know, they bring a centre forward on, Dembele comes out the right hand side and look more like themselves. Ruiz comes on.
So there is the full-time whistle. And the Super Cup will be decided by penalties. Tottenham were 2-0 in front. A goal in the first half from Mickey van der Ven and one in the second from Christian Romero. At that point you could only see one team winning it because they were playing so well, Tottenham. But they got a lifeline, PSG, 5 minutes before the end from Kang In Lee, the substitute. And then from Dembele's cross, another substitute. Gonzalo Ramos headed the ball in. And we will go to penalties when you rejoin us here in Udine.
Darren and Ali, thank you very much indeed. I've got Karen and Glenn alongside me here. It's almost like a so near yet so far moment because now it's gone to penalties and this changes the dynamics completely. Spurs had it in the palm of their hands, Glenn.
Yes, they did. It's very disappointing, obviously, 2-0 up and trying to see the last 10 minutes out, and it's gone against them. They do look a bit fatigued, Tottenham, but you've got to say it's 2 fantastic goals, 2 great goals that they've scored, Paris Saint-Germain. But overall, I'm not too worried. If we lose on penalties, then so be it. But I'm glad in many ways it's not going to extra time because I think Paris Saint-Germain looks like they're the ones that could go on and win in 30 minutes. So penalties is penalties. We know about that. If we lost on penalties, I'm happy with the way Spurs have played.
Yeah,
Structure, they look completely different side. The substitutions, obviously defensively, were put on there to try and save the game, as not backfired, but at the end of the day, the 2 quality bits of play from Paris Saint-Germain, and they're back in the game.
They are absolutely back in the game, and it is all kind of fair game now from here. But a real chance for Vicario to be a hero in his home city. He'll definitely be encouraged by that, won't he?
Yeah, look, it's a big opportunity. But what I like about this is that Thomas Frank getting the group back together.
These
They'll be
guys
gutted,
are going
to be 2-0 up, as Glenn
penalties.
mentioned.
So
They've got to regroup, and this
so
isn't
big right
actually
now.
just for this moment as well.
It's just like
This
Tottenham
togetherness
to
will
give
set
up
them for the rest of the
film.
season. And it's a difficult moment. You're 2-0 up, your moment's away again. And you
But
kind of
we
lost a little
legit
bit away, and
thought
Glenn mentioned it's
Tottenham
2
about to
moments of
do
quality that we haven't seen from
spectacular.
PSG. They came through in that
But
Barcola
now
delivery and then
Tottenham
for the
usually
Ramos
do.
goal. But you're right, it goes to pens now, but it's a big moment for the group, and I think that cohesiveness
This should be
could really set
serious,
them for the rest of the season.
Yeah, I think that happens as well. When you make substitutions, you know, the side was very structured from the start, from the first minute, very pleased with what was happening. The balance between defending and attacking was perfect. The set plays, they've worked a lot on that. That's come up trumps for them, 2 goals from the set plays. So there are a lot of positives there for Tottenham, and going into the season for longer term, hell of a lot of positives there. There really are. But for now, it's, you know, get your head down mentally. It's all about mental belief and positivity about taking penalties, and let's see what happens. But overall, a really good night for Spurs.
And you talk about mentality, because that is how quickly it can turn, because up until sort of the 85th minute, it was Tottenham who were on top. They were the ones who were the solid team, and then suddenly it just gets taken from you, and mentality-wise, we've seen how PSG can turn it on every single time that they need to. They were a little bit off in this game, but that just little swing of momentum right at the end, that will make a big difference, do you think?
No, I think that's gone now. Like you mentioned, it's back to penalties. It's down to the 2 goalkeepers because the new
in as I think it's about 12 weeks, isn't it? Let's see how it goes. Over to you, Darren and Ali.
Yeah, thanks, Reshman. I mean, there are certainly people with emotional interest in this stadium. The Paris Saint-Germain supporters to our right and the Tottenham fans to our left, and that's where the penalties are going to be taken, the Tottenham end. So the goalkeepers, Vicario and Chevalier, making their way down there. I wonder if there are Paris Saint-Germain supporters right now, Ali, saying, we'd love Donnarumma in goal for this situation tonight.
I'll bet there's a few.
Yeah.
I don't mind telling you. I'll bet there's a few.
When you think back to his performance at Anfield last season.
Oh, yeah, 100%. I mean, Chevalier has a couple of good saves. I definitely think he was suspect for Romero's header. But sometimes with penalties, it's better the devil you know.
So it looks as though Tottenham are going to go first, and Dominic Solanke is the first man striding forward. So penalties in the Community Shield on Sunday and penalties tonight. 2 shootouts to get the coverage underway on TNT Sports this season. And the Super Cup will be decided on penalties. And Dominic Solanke up against Lucas Chevalier. The first penalty of the shootout. A very, very short run up here.
I don't like that.
For Dominic Solanke. In front of the Tottenham supporters. And he scores. And he tucks that away brilliantly. Pace, power, accuracy, and Tottenham 1 up.
To be fair, that's all that matters. He likes it. It's an excellent penalty. I'm just a little bit concerned sometimes the no run up. There's a lack of power in the penalty, but that's certainly not the case. That was a beautifully struck penalty from Dominic Solanke. Gets Tottenham off to the perfect start.
Chevalier went the right way but couldn't get there. That's how well it was struck. And now Vitinha steps forward for the European champions with that bank of white behind Vicario's goal.
PSG taking a penalty.
Walking to the ball, stutter step, and oh, he's put it wide. He got the whole half of the goal to aim at because Vicario had already gone and he inexplicably misses the target.
Well, he doesn't take his eye off the goalkeeper. Watch, he does not take his eye. Goalkeeper's never getting that, never getting that.
Two fantastic Tottenham penalties.
Aren't they just?
So the next man up for Paris Saint-Germain is the man who forced extra time with the injury time header, Gonzalo Ramos. And you feel, in bigger picture terms, he's got to score this. Vicario waits. And he smashes that right down the middle and into the back of the net. That was old school from Gonzalo Ramos, no messing around.
No. You just had a feeling, didn't you? Well, I certainly did. Just puts his foot right through it. If in doubt, knee over the ball, smash it.
If in doubt, give it a clout.
Yeah, that's what he did.
So Tottenham 2-1 up. Gonzalo Ramos high-fived by his teammates. Chevalier waits, and Mickey van der Ven, who scored Tottenham's first goal tonight, is next man up for them. And Chevalier saves it and salutes the Paris Saint-Germain supporters. No Donnarumma, but they've still...
Can't believe Tottenham has won this.
Got a goalkeeper who can step up big in a shootout.
Just guess he's right, not enough height on it. The first two penalties that Tottenham took had a good height about them. Very difficult for the keeper to get across and get to that height. That was a penalty that was lower. And well saved, it has to be said.
It's amazing how momentum in these shootouts can change. If Ousmane Dembele scores this one, we're going to be all square at 2-2.
Bro, what the hell is going on? I'd have to put the French Connect right now, cause damn.
You just had a feeling, didn't you? Well, I certainly did. Just puts his foot right through it. If in doubt, knee over the ball, smash it.
If in doubt, give it a clout.
Yeah, that's what he did.
So Tottenham 2-1 up. Gonzalo Ramos high-fived by his teammates. Chevalier waits, and Mickey van der Ven, who scored Tottenham's first goal tonight, is next man up for them. And Chevalier saves it and salutes the Paris Saint-Germain supporters. No Donnarumma, but they've still got a goalkeeper who can step up big in a shootout.
Just guess he's right, not enough height on it. The first two penalties that Tottenham took had a good height about them. Very difficult for the keeper to get across and get to that height. That was a penalty that was lower.
So 2-2 in the shootout, and the Tottenham advantage is gone. And now the responsibility falls on young Matisse Tell. If his background at Bayern Munich counts for anything, you'd fancy him to score. So Tell against Chevalier. Oh, he's missed the target too! The advantage.
I mean, a goalkeeper again's away the other way. Dear me.
Has to score to keep Tottenham in it. Chevalier on his debut tonight for PSG, recently signed from Lille against Pedro Porro, and Porro has to score. And Pedro Porro does score, and he made a mockery of the nerves he must have felt at that point.
Well, the height again, the execution's tremendous. Even if the keeper goes the right way, he's not getting anywhere near that. Excellent penalty. If you can lift it, makes it all that harder for the goalkeeper. This to win it.
It all boils down to this. Nuno Mendes against Vicario. If Vicario can save it, or if Mendes misses, we go to sudden death. If Nuno Mendes scores, Paris Saint-Germain win the Super Cup. And he scores! And the Champions League winners are Super Cup winners. And Paris Saint-Germain beat Tottenham Hotspur on penalties. Nuno Mendes with the all-important spot kick. Tottenham led 2-0. The goals from Lee and Ramos. And a penalty shootout success. And Paris Saint-Germain add the Super Cup to their impressive trophy haul.
Yeah, you've got to say, first thing I've got to say, I thought Tottenham played very well, but they just couldn't see the game out, Fletch. The first goal, and I mentioned to you, defensively, they left too much space at the edge of the box. The second goal was a wonderful goal, which they lost in the 94th minute with Ramos. But Tottenham have got to take a lot from this evening. A lot of people will say first game back in a week, but make no mistake, PSG are an excellent, excellent team, and for long periods of the game, Tottenham were more than a match for them. Goes to penalties, you take your luck. I think Tottenham could be very, very pleased. I think Thomas Frank will be very, very pleased, but the players will be also equally disappointed not to have lifted the trophy, but they can be very proud of the performance.
Well, it's a group of players who have learned to celebrate, because this is quite a habit, winning trophies, and they're bouncing up and down and they're enjoying themselves, and their fans